Have you ever felt like your daily routines are trapping you? Well, today we're going to flip that idea on its head and explore how those very habits might be the key to unlocking your true potential. It's a fascinating concept, so let's dive in.
So let's just start with the big question right away. When you hear the word habits, what comes to mind? Is it a life of unlimited freedom and potential? Or is it, being stuck in a boring, repetitive rut? Yeah, for most of us, it's probably the second one. And that's exactly the idea we're going to challenge.
Okay, so let's tackle this common myth head-on. The argument usually goes something like this, right? If I have too much routine, won't my life just become dull? Won't I lose all my spontaneity? It feels like we have to choose between having a routine and having freedom. But what if that's a completely false choice?
To really get why habits are so critical, we need to look under the hood at how our own brains are wired. Your brain isn't lazy, not at all. It's actually a master of efficiency. And to be that efficient, it desperately needs habits to do the heavy lifting.
And this right here is the absolute heart of the matter. Your conscious mind, the part of you that's thinking and making decisions right now, is like a tiny bottleneck for a massive system. It's incredibly powerful, but here's the catch. It can only focus on one single thing at a time. That makes its attention the most valuable, limited resource you have.
So how does the brain deal with this bottleneck problem? Well, it creates habits. And the definition is really simple. A habit is just a behavior that you've repeated so many times it becomes totally automatic. You don't even have to think about it anymore. It just happens.
And this reveals the brain's entire game plan. Its number one priority is to save that limited conscious attention for stuff that's new, interesting, or maybe even dangerous. And its strategy is brilliant. It just pawns off every repetitive task to the non-conscious mind. It basically creates these little automatic scripts for any problem that pops up again and again.
All right, so how does this magic actually happen? How does something go from being this hard, conscious decision to a completely effortless habit? Well, it's a really cool journey that all starts with a new problem.
So the first time you face a new challenge, your brain lights up like a Christmas tree. It's analyzing everything, trying anything it can think of. Then, after all that trial and error, suddenly, bam, you stumble onto a solution that gives you a reward. Maybe listening to a podcast makes your commute feel shorter, or going for a walk when you're stressed calms you down. Your brain instantly flags that feeling and starts to catalog the exact steps that led to it.
This whole process is powered by a super simple feedback loop. You try, you fail, you learn, and you try something different. It's the engine behind pretty much all human behavior. Every time you repeat it, the brain pathways for the successful action get stronger, and the ones that led to failure just fade away.
And what you're left with after all of that is this beautiful, efficient mental shortcut. A simple rule. If this happens, then I do that. If I feel stressed, then I go for a walk. If it's Tuesday morning, then I start my report. The choice that used to take so much effort is now a simple, automatic script.
I really love how the behavioral scientist Jason Hrea puts it. He says habits are just reliable solutions to recurring problems in our environment. They're not random. They're the solutions that your brain has tested and approved over time.
And the payoff here is huge. The mental energy, or cognitive load, it takes to learn something new is off the charts. But once that task becomes a habit, the energy cost just plummets. Your brain has successfully outsourced the job, freeing up all that precious conscious attention for other things.
So, what do we do with all this new freed-up mental space? This brings us right back to where we started, to that paradox. How on earth can something so automatic and routine be the very thing that sets us free?
And here is the single most important takeaway. This idea that you have to choose between habits and freedom, it's a total myth. It's a false choice. The truth is, they're not opposites at all. They're partners. They work together.
I mean, just think about it. A life without good habits means you're constantly making decisions about the basics. You're worrying about money because your financial habits aren't automated. You're always tired because your health habits aren't in place. But when you lock in those good habits, the basics just get handled. And that creates mental space, which is the real definition of freedom. So you can focus on the bigger, more exciting challenges.
You just can't be a creative, free-thinking person if your brain is constantly bogged down with deciding when you're going to exercise or what you should write today. By automating the fundamentals, you literally build the foundation that things like creativity and deep thinking can stand on. It's not about losing spontaneity, it's about creating the capacity for it.
So you see, this is way more than just a cool lesson in brain science. It's about taking this knowledge and using it to actively, consciously design the future you actually want for yourself.
Think about it this way. Every single good habit you've built today is a direct investment in your future self. It's a gift of time, of energy, and of mental space that you're giving to the person you hope to become.
So I'll leave you with this question. Instead of worrying about whether habits will hold you back, start asking yourself, what kind of freedom do I really want to build? And what habits can I start today to make that future a reality?